Bonjour, am I audible, everyone? Okay, we have a lot of bonjours already. Bonjour, Arvind, Jeenal, Gautam, Kenil, Rishi, Janvi, Anjana, Vibha, Sukrit, Rupi, Shubhra, and a lot further as well. Bonjour, everyone. So, welcome to La Forêt. Today is our first doubt clearing session. Bienvenue dans La Forêt d'éducation. We are so happy to have you here with us in our first doubt clearing sessions. If you have any doubts, you have already sent us a lot of doubts, but if you have more, you just send them in the chat. We'll read, we'll discuss all the doubts and difficulties that you're facing in A1. Since I think most of you are new to this journey, we have just started learning French language. You have a lot of barriers in your head, how to go forward. So, all the doubts welcome. Any kind of doubts, you're free to send it across. We have some more people joining us. Yes. Okay. So, bonjour, Rahim. We have some new students joining. Also, we have people joining from India. Thank you for waking up at 7 a.m. in India on a Saturday. Means a lot to me and the team. Okay, let's start with the basic doubts. The basic doubts that you face when you start to learn French language. Okay, so there are some doubts that you have already sent us. I will start by discussing those. First doubt that we have is, what are the ways to practice speaking with correct pronunciations? Yes, so a lot of my students, we face this problem in terms of we are good with writing, we are good with reading, but when you try to speak, we don't have a lot of confidence. Okay. Similarly, I think that goes with when you started speaking English, you kind of resist, what people will think, how we'll speak, what if our pronunciations are not correct. So we have few methods that we can practice in this regards. Number one is to speak more. I know it sounds very basic, just to like go ahead and like speaking more, but you have to be active in your class. You have to speak, especially for the ones who are in A1. Lot of all of the students are facing the same difficulties, so no judgments. Just try to speak as much as you can. A lot of times you're muted in your classes, so try to repeat what your professor is saying. Try to watch some content. Try to watch content for your level. There's a lot of content available online for A1 levels. Try and like repeat those things that you are listening and watching to. Also, the best way I think, and that worked for me as well, is to kind of record yourselves while speaking. That works. And especially when you go at a higher level, then you can always go back and see what your journey was. So that will, I think, that will work great for you. So record yourselves speaking. So that is like one great tip. Okay, this will help you out a lot. We have other few basic questions as well, as in how to stay motivated to learn French, sometimes feeling low and unable to focus. I think this question has been sent by our A1 student. So, okay, so what happens is there's a huge content available online. Okay, and when you kind of start learning, okay, you get so excited and we are so motivated about it, we kind of just go on online and like research about all it is there about language, watch a lot of videos, and then we get kind of nervous because we don't understand a lot. So my suggestion is to watch content. Yes, there's a huge content available online. Everybody of us are fascinated by French art, culture. We would like to like just go through it. So it's just better if you watch content for your level so that you don't get demotivated. Okay, so you understand everything. Take it slow. It's language, you cannot rush it. We know you all are preparing for particular level, for particular examinations, and you are working on a deadline, but there's only so much you can rush in a language. So it's way better if you kind of start slow, start with your own level. um, Also your peers can help you out a lot, the people you are studying with. Talk to them what you have done in the class, revise that. And I think that is pretty much it for A1 level. You don't have to go watch films and kind of think that you'll understand everything. You won't. It will take time. It take time for me, a lot of years, so I'm here. So it takes time. Okay, so do not get demotivated. And we are always here to talk about it. Okay, if you get demotivated, obviously it's a difficult language, all of us are aware. So yeah, do not consume a lot of content online for your own level. I think that works. And there's a lot of suggestions in terms of movies and films that you can watch. We generally watch, we were watching this film called this series called Lupin. Okay, so it goes from easy to advanced levels. Okay, so you can like always take recommendations of what to watch and what not according to your level. We have some more people joining it. Shami, Shreya, bonjour. Okay, what are ways to practice speaking with correct pronunciation? I've already covered that. Same question again. Easy way to form sentence in French. Interesting questions. So the ones who are just starting out, stick to present tense. So that is your basic construction, okay, which is like very simple, same in English, subject plus verb plus object. Simple. Let's stick to that. Stick with basic sentences, basic constructions. Do not complicate it. Okay, later on when you move ahead, then you can think of using different tenses, complex structures, different kind of vocabulary. Um, I think starting with it always works for me. For example, when you go to buy grocery, most of you are in Canada, people who are in India, kind of just think if it were to happen in a French country, or if I were to speak French with this person, how would that go? So start with basic sentence constructions and then you can move on to the complex ones. Okay, for example, je parle français. So I speak French. So we have I, subject, we have a verb, which is speak, which is parle, and then we have an object, which is français. So start with super basic sentences, and then we can go ahead and go to the complex ones. And obviously it's a long journey, and there will come time when you can talk freely about your emotions, what you're thinking. Can talk about almost each and every topic, but there's a huge way, there's a lot of work that every one of us have to go through before that. Start slow, start with very basic sentence constructions. Okay, we have more questions coming in. Okay, at which level can we purchase Prep My Future? Okay, so with La Folie, you get this additional Prep My Future where you can practice your TCF for your TCF TEF examinations. So, not so early. Again, for all of you who are in A1, it's too soon for you to go ahead. Take your time, see how the language works out for you. You will focus, you will get to know about what are your strengths and weaknesses. Some students are kind of very good with speaking and like writing, some are very bad with listening. So it will take time, it takes a lot of time. So take few months at least, not till A2. Everyone who wants to go with Prep My Future for additional help, wait till A2. Okay, what next? We have this question: how to build vocabulary in French. How many of you are facing difficulties in building vocabulary in French? Please let me know so I can emphasize on this, the ones who have joined the meeting. How, because there's so much to learn. Yeah, we have one more question coming in. Everyone, are you facing difficulties in building a vocabulary? Yeah, I think few of you are. Okay, so how to build a vocabulary? The easiest way is, when you start learning, when you are in A1, you divide your notebook. It might sound kiddish, but we are doing A1, we all are kids here. So the easiest way is to divide your notebook in two halves. The first half is for your grammar, all the grammar topic, you because you learn everything from articles to like an advanced tense. So first half is for your grammar, and the second half is for your vocabulary. So the basic idea is to kind of start your building up your vocabulary lesson wise, because your exam works on themes, your books are divided according to the themes. So start building vocabulary according to themes. Okay, so I think the basic idea is to like start building chapter by chapter vocabulary, then basic vocabulary. Also, it helps, you know, when you start writing, essays and articles. So the vocabulary that you need for writing that particular essay or an article, for example, your connectors, for example, the adverbs that you need. Okay, so you can have this differently prepared. I think this will help you out a lot. So just section it up, divide, so that even when you're revising, if you want to revise grammar, you have a different section available. If you have want to revise vocabulary, there are different section available as well. Okay. I just started learning but unable to recall after class. How can I improve? Revise. Revise as much as you can. Okay, so this is one of the most important problems for the ones who are in who are appearing for TCF and TF, because your course is so compact and it kind of goes on very fast. You have so many classes. You study 5 week in a day, plus you're working as well. So a lot of students face this difficulty. You have to revise every day. I'm sorry, there's no easy way. You have to revise just after the class. There's always some homework attached with every lesson. Have to do it. Do not pile it up. Never works. You think you'll pile it up and do it later? Not gonna work. So I think that's the best you can do. Honestly, you have to revise after every session. Okay, and other thing, do not hesitate in asking doubts. You know, I think every each of your professors will give you chance to kind of, you know, after the sessions, you know, if they give you some time to ask your doubts, or within the class, ask it up. Do not compile it, I'll ask later. If somebody asks, what if it's the same doubt, you know? Do not think like that. I think it's best if you keep asking your doubts. Do not hesitate at all. So that is one thing you can do to improve. Other than that, again, make your own notes. I know we all are like very tech savvy these days. Not me, all of you. So we think we'll take screenshots of the content, like whatever the teacher's teaching, of the teaching material. Even like we send you PDFs at times, videos at times. Doesn't work. Trust me. It's see, I'm working on a pen and paper concept, so you have to do as well. Nothing you'll learn best with pen and paper. So I'll just suggest that, you know, write as much as you can. Do not wait for like screenshots. Won't work. Okay. How can I learn Pasik composition in easy way? There are so many rules. Yes, there are, Jignesh. There are a lot of rules to learn Pasik compose. Start with present tense first. Okay. So when you're good with your present tenses, then you can move to Pasik compose. My suggestion is to read a lot. That's the only way, because you're thinking about just passive composer and its structure, but then later on, when all the other tenses will come into place, there's so many exceptions in French. Okay, there's so much only you can mug up. So like for example, when you speak English or you speak Hindi or any regional language, you do not think, is my tense correct, am I saying correct, will this construction work here? You do not think that, right? You just go on and on. That happens because we listen and we read so much, consciously or unconsciously, just in your day-to-day lives, because it's embedded like that. So if you're facing difficulties in passive composer, yes, they are the rules, we cannot avoid them. But the basic idea is to kind of read as much as you can, so it will just get embedded in your head. For example, when someone speaks English and you're like, oh, this sentence doesn't sound correct, you don't know what's wrong, but you know it's like right or wrong. So that that is like a good way. Start reading more. I think that will help you out. When to decide whether to take TCF or TEF? Okay, one of the major suggest which to take. Okay, so the difference between both these examinations are the focus and the paper pattern is different. Your end goal is the same. Okay, So this is a question where you should ask this yourself. I think after A2, give yourself, I think, that many months, because you need to know what are your strengths and your weakness. For example, if you're good in speaking but you lack in listening, so paper pattern is different. Okay. Also, for example, in terms of writing, are you good with one topic and you can elaborate more on a single topic, or are you good with writing multiple topics but you cannot elaborate enough? So look at the marking schemes of both these examinations. So there's not one to suggest. There's no good or bad in this, but it's just what works out well for you. You'll get to know once you are at a certain level, so to have a understanding of what are my strengths and weaknesses, what will work best for me, because end goal is the same. Both will get you your desired score, and like will work both will work like good for you in terms of what you want. But then the only difference is the paper pattern and the focus of the study. So take at least a lay two. Do not worry about it before that. Okay, we have a new question as well. What will be the best source to practice A1 level, and what to focus on during this time? So A1 kernel is the level where you get introduced to the language, where you learn most of the grammar. There's just so much grammar in A1. So the best way to go about it is just stick to the book. I know it sounds boring, but yeah, stick to the book and the grammar and the content available in the book, because if you kind of just go and overwhelm yourself with there's like a zillion videos available out there. If you go and you overwhelm yourself, then might get demotivated a lot, because you won't understand there's a different method to learn the same thing. So if it's working out for you what you're doing in the class, I think stick to that at least for a month or so, get a good hold on it, and then kind of go and grasp content which is available everywhere, which is good obviously, but take your time through it, take it slow. Also, focus should be on your basic constructions, basic grammar, basic construction. By the end of A1, if you're able to speak just your day-to-day language, like for example, if you know how to buy at a store, if you know how to buy vegetables, or buy a dress and reserve a table at a restaurant, or reserve a room at a hotel, you're good to go. Okay, so this basic construction works. How do I track with grammar, and how can I revise it? Okay, so if you have just started learning, there's a lot of grammar that you're going to learn. So again, prepare a notebook, keep track in terms of what you have started in the chronological order. That will help you out later. um, if you want to practice, we use Cosmopolite in our classes. We have another book which is a practice book, Kahier, as well. So you can kind of go and like practice on it, the basic grammar constructions and the sentences, and that's it. Like the book is so amazing, you can just like go through it, and you'll be good to go. There's a lot honestly in the book. And if not, you can grasp content, like there's available. Instagram is amazing, guys, like let's just not deny it. There are a lot of memes available, there are a lot of fun, like reels available online. Even like our team makes a lot of fun reels, okay, to watch. So use that. I think that's the best source, because it's short, it's fun. You can watch it 10 times, because everyone uses Instagram these days. So I think, yeah, not only traditional methods like books and all, but watch YouTube videos, whatever you have learned in your class. Go and watch a YouTube video about it, some random videos. Even there are like some famous, very famous, I think French YouTubers, teachers who kind of make these videos. Go watch them, your accent will get improved. Okay, so yeah, what else we have? TCF, best source to practice A1. Okay, merci. How to revise? How can I track it? How to revise A1 grammar? Same thing as Shreya's Rishi. Okay, okay. What else do we have? Oh, no, such a nice question. Okay, most French words sound the same. How do I differentiate? You cannot. Cannot. Yes, they do sound the same, most of the French words, and yes, it's very hard to kind of differentiate between it. The only thing that will help you out is the context. Okay, for example, what context are they talking in? Then you kind of know, okay, this they means this. You can only imagine, you will get better over time, because most of it's like kind of, it does sound same, it is confusing. So yeah, that's the only thing you can do. You get to know a word in terms of the grammar that is used around it. Okay, so when you have a good hold on grammar, the articles, or the sentence structure, then you can imagine, okay, this is what it means. Most of time it will be correct. Also, for example, we have this sentence also, love where love where. This means the green worm goes towards the green grass. It's all where in it. Cannot help it. Okay, this is the context. There's a lot of fun reels available. I'll put them in the comments here so you can watch. Okay, we have a question from Sandy. When learning French at the A1 level, should I focus more on pronunciation, spelling? I have noticed that many letters are silent, so even when I pronounce the words correctly, I mess up the spelling. Okay, for A1 level, you shouldn't focus a lot on pronunciation, because if you get too much in the pronunciation, word wise, then you kind of lose touch of the grammar, you lose touch of sentence structure. It just takes up, I think, a lot of your energy, my personal opinion. So what I think is, do not worry a lot on the pronunciations for A1, because pronunciation will improve over time with a lot of listening and a lot of speaking. You cannot just like put a word and then go on maybe a Google and listen what it sounds like, or in a video. It might differ a lot of times, because a lot of times it is accented, and sometimes it just doesn't fit in. So what I suggest is, do not worry a lot on pronunciation. Yes, spellings, you can work on that. Spellings, and in terms of, like, we had a question regarding homophones, so the words that kind of sound same but have different meanings. So you can make a list of that as well. Do not get too much into pronunciation. It doesn't work well for an A1 level. Later on, you can, because you know so much, so much grammar, so much sentence construction, then you can kind of go towards different kind of pronunciation, how this where is different from that where, for example, all of that. But not currently. Any tips for the pronunciation? Yes. Tips are to kind of listen more, works best. And if you want to listen at your own level, so there are these tiny audios in your books. You can make a playlist and just like listen it every day. 10 minutes every day works. If not, you can listen to podcast. We'll share some links with you if you want to. So you can listen to like some beginners podcast automatically. Like, this is how you learned your native language, right? You just listened and you kind of spoke the day you decided to, and it's always correct. So it's the idea is to listen more rather than sitting and working on each and every pronunciation. So do a lot of reading and listening, and you're good to go. Self test. Okay, so Gautam, if you want to do a self test to keep a track um, of progress for A1, I would suggest, are you able to make your day to day conversation, like once you're done with A1, are you able to make your day to day conversations in French? Okay, because that's what the textbook and the workbook is about. So if you are able to make your day-to-day conversation, if you kind of tap on a YouTube video, or something, some content for your level falls upon, so are you able to understand it? I think that's the best track. For writing, you can always write, get it corrected. There are sources online to get it corrected. You always have your professors to bother, so you can get it corrected by them as well. So that is it. And speaking, I guess there's a in your class, if you're having enough speaking, you that's great. And if you're not, you can make these, students kind of form group and like meet on weekends and just speak about a particular topic. You can do that. And if no one's doing around you, you can initiate it. So that would work best as well, just to like gather people who are on your level and just like start speaking on the basic topics. traditional methods, nothing new fancier. Okay, any more doubts? Anyone? No doubts? I have some more with me. Let me discuss those. I faced major issue in listening. How can I improve that? Okay, so listening is quite a task for a lot of my students as well. So the thing I can kind of suggest here is to kind of open your transcript on the side and then listen. So your pronunciation gets better, you kind of understand better. So the only way to improve listening is to read more. And if you're already doing that, listen more in terms of open your transcript on the end, whatever you're listening, and then just kind of listen to it. That's it. To improve listening, you have to listen more, and there will come a time when your ears will get used to it. For example, if I ask you all to watch a English film with me, you will be like, glad to, why not? But if you watch the same film for the same duration in French, you cannot. It's just hard because your ears kind of reject the language. It takes a lot of time for you to kind of grasp it and to not bother translating anything in your head. Do not translate, just avoid translation. Okay, kind of when you're listening also kind of makes sense for even at least what your overall context and what your overall text is saying rather than each and every word. That will help you out. Okay, we have a lot many questions here. Just a quick specific question: when comparing the pronunciation s of plus, how does it change according to the sentence? Okay, so a lot of time we don't pronounce the last letter, Anjana, in French, and most of the times it changes, the pronunciation changes because the next word, like for example, if you're talking about the word plus, the next word is in vowel, so then it kind of gets layers on. So you merge two words and you say, then the pronunciation changes, and ample amount of times French people eat the words when speaking as well. So then you might have faced some difficulties, but over the time when you kind of listen a lot more, you'll have a little clarity in this. I'm learning with a native speaker and I don't understand their English too. Their English is terrible. Let me just say it. Like how we take time to learn French, they also take time to learn English. They are really fast. They are not fast, Jispal. It's this thing is they eat a lot of words. Like similarly, when you speak your native language, first of all, the lingo is little different. Okay, from region to region. I think that is also a thing. Then they use a lot of short forms of words like we use. So that's why they kind of eat up a lot while speaking. So I think that's the major issue. Obviously, the native speaking and what you're learning from the book is going to be a little different. But if you're learning for a particular examination, then you cannot use their type of speaking, because they eat so many words. And as Indians, our English is also very clear. We speak each and every word very clearly, unlike British English, how they speak. So that is something, yeah, we have to live with it. Okay. How do we get to learn to identify masculine or feminine words? Okay, so Jay Chandra, there are a lot of ways. One is to like club them and learn it. It's impossible because there are so many words. Other way is to kind of, there are like little things. From an example, if you're reading, you get to know by articles, okay, whether a word is masculine or feminine. If not by reading, there are some endings. For example, if a word ends in e, there's a good chance it's a feminine word. So if a word ends in ment, or if the word ends in ions, so that's how you kind of segregate if it's masculine or feminine. And eventually, because you read so much, it just get in you. It's your kind of instinct, okay, this is masculine and feminine. No one can like sit down and make a list and learn all of the words. It's next to impossible. So that's the thing. There's just a good way of kind of locating, okay, this can be masculine or feminine, and you can club certain kind of words together and learn it. For example, from the endings, that's how you get to know masculine or feminine. Okay, that's pretty much it, I guess. We have covered almost all the questions that we have. I'll wait for a moment. If you have any more questions, we can go ahead with those as well. I'm covered with all the basic questions that have come my end. And for your next YouTube session, we can discuss more regarding a particular topic. Let us know what you want the live session to be on. If it's a grammar topic, or it's a vocabulary topic, or some issues that you're facing in general. So just let us know whatever you want it to be conducted on. So we can definitely have another live session very soon and kind of cater whatever you want to learn. Maybe a grammar topic, anything. Okay, so that's pretty much it for today. Then we don't have any more questions, I guess. So, okay, think about more questions and join the session next time. Thank you, everyone, for joining with us. Have a nice day. Merci. That's it, guys. What about verbs? Yes, we were supposed to do verbs as well. This shall we'll do it next time because we have just so many questions coming in today. We can make a next sessions about verbs as well. Okay. Merci. Merci everyone for joining. Okay, you want to learn verbs? We'll do it super soon. I'm sure.